Dreams come true. Bad times don't last, but bad guys do.
Hello and welcome back to my channel. Today I have the Ultimate Edition Razer Ramon. This is actually the chase version. This is the version I really wanted, and I'm not sure why this isn't the regular version. When I think of Razer Ramon, I imagine the purple outfit, so I'm not really sure why the regular one's in the yellow. It still looks cool, and that's the one that's currently at my Target. I just happened to find this one first, which was super lucky because this is the one I really wanted compared to the other one. So yeah, this is super cool. It's not often I find, well, it's not super often I find a chase. It's been happening a lot more recently, especially with AEW and especially with the WWE Elite Legends wave. But for the Ultimate Edition, I wasn't really expecting to find this guy. I thought he would be a real hassle to find, and to get him, I almost said to nail him, to nail him right off the bat is pretty cool. So let's go ahead and get into it. Starting with the front of the box, you have the nice window here that showcases pretty much everything you get. You get the figure, all the accessories, the nice belt, the different head sculpts. It says Ultimate Edition right here in the nice shiny silvery font. Ultimate articulation for authentic posability. At the top it says Razer Ramon, in case you weren't sure who this was. On the side you have a nice little image of Razer Ramon doing his Razer Ramon things. He is in the yellow there, so whatever. On the back you have the yellow version of Razer Ramon with the yellow and red. I guess if you wanted that version, he is the more common version, so there you go. You have a little bit of a bio right here if you wanted to read that. Some information about him right there. He is 6'7" from Miami. His finisher is the Razor's Edge, and everything else you might need to know. If you keep turning it, you find out you did in fact buy a Razer Ramon figure. And then we are back to the front, so let's go ahead and transition to the figure itself. And this is pretty much all you get. You do get quite a bit, starting with the belt right here. I do love this Intercontinental Championship. I think it looks absolutely beautiful. I love the look and the design of this belt. So I'm super happy to have that. You also have, let's start with the hands. You have, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4 sets of hands. You have 2 fist hands right here that look identical to every other fist hand you might get. Nice John Cena type you can't see me type of hand, which I don't really understand the significance of these hands for Razer Ramon. I don't remember him doing anything with hands like this, so I'm not sure why they're here. I don't remember him doing that before. You also have the nice grabby hands right here for chair holding and weapon holding and whatever else you might need to hold right there. And 2 thumb pointing hands because he's always pointing at the #1 guy right there. You also have 2 extra head sculpts, 3 total. You have a nice smiley Razer Ramon. It looks like he has eyeshadow right there, or eyeliner or whatever. He probably did, to be perfectly honest. Then you have a little bit more upset, a little bit more like kind of Razer Ramon, a little bit more grumpy type of guy. I like the nice swirl here, the Superman swirl, and the beautiful mullet. I just love the way wrestlers looked in the 90s and 80s and stuff like that. And then of course the more neutral, just standard, just staring face. It looks a little bit derpy, to be perfectly honest. And then on the wrestler itself, let's go ahead and pull this off. You have the nice, ooh, that's a nice detail. I appreciate that they did that. A nice gold necklace, which looks beautiful. I love what they're doing with this gold for the necklaces. I think it looks beautiful. They've done this for the Hulk Hogan and the Mr. T and newer elites that have gold chain. They tried to do this, I believe they're using this type of gold on the championships now. The Rey Mysterio Legend series figure came with the World Heavyweight Championship, and it was a lot more of like a dark brown gold than the typical shiny metallic gold. And these golds don't mix. This looks beautiful on its own, and this looks beautiful on its own, but if you take this and put it on that, it doesn't work. It doesn't look right. It looks muted and gross and poopy and just not correct. So I love it for these. You can even see how shiny and pretty it looks. But for belts, I don't know. And then you also get the entrance jacket that says Razer Ramon on the back. You have even the belt buckle is painted. That's a nice detail. Normally that wouldn't be painted. Yeah, that looks great. The nice, I don't know what color that is. Green, Razer Ramon, silver Ramon. Looks pretty good. Let's go ahead and take that off so we can look at the figure itself. Put that right there. I love the purple. I think it looks great. Get the nice smiling head sculpt on there. If it will let me. Oh man, I'm missing that pop. Why can't I get the satisfying pop to let me know that it's on there, you know? Looking at the figure itself, I am noticing, well, on camera it looks a little weird, but in person it looks fine. On camera it looks like it's two different shades for the arms and chest, but in person it looks perfectly fine. The chest looks pretty good, nice and hairy. He was a hairy man, so that makes sense. Looks pretty spot on, I'd say, for a Razer Ramon figure. You have the black elbow pad and then the colored elbow pad with the nice razors there. Razors all over his trunks. Razer at the front of his crotch. Razors on his knee pads. They do have the big, ugly, chunky knee pads that are way too thick and hard to bend. I hate these knee pads, but for Razer, you kind of got to keep them on. Normally, like with Triple H or any other figure that might use these type of knee pads, I'll swap them, but it has to be this type of knee pad for Razer, so I can't really do that, and that really blows. But I digress. That's pretty much it for the look of the figure. Let's go over articulation. So as far as articulation goes, the head can go back. You know what? That's fine for a wrestler with long hair. Normally, the wrestlers with long hair struggle a bit with going backwards. Going forwards, he can go. Honestly, I'd expect more out of that. He can wiggle from side to side, spin all the way around like so, and pop off if you aren't careful. The arm can come up to about right there, maybe right there. Butterfly joint can go back like so, forward like so. Fine, fairly decent, fairly average, typical. Rotate all the way around at the shoulder, at the bicep, it rotates all the way around like so. Double jointed, pinless, let's see, maybe, yeah, pinless. Can bend all the way, it's a little tight, all the way up there, so you can really point at himself if you want him to. Make a nice phone call, make a, I don't know, scratch his eye, I guess, I don't know. The wrist can go in and out and all the way around, like most wrists for wrestling figures. Ab crunch can go back like so, forward like so. It's not the best. You can wiggle side to side, rotate like so, and that's pretty much it for the ab crunch. If you add the legs into it, he can bend from here and go all the way to there. It does use the drop down technology, of course, so the legs can drop down like so, which gives you a little bit more range of motion, which I do appreciate. I know some people probably aren't the biggest fans of that because it does create some awkwardness, as I've mentioned before in these reviews. A little bit of awkwardness when you're moving it around, like if I'm going quickly and I'm trying to do something, I don't know, and it just kind of catches itself. This one's actually doing it pretty good. The AJ Styles I had was a better example of it just catching itself and getting caught. This one's not doing it too much, so I'd say pretty good. So I'd much rather have that than not have it, just for the added range of motion for these figures. I know for the longest time, especially on the big guys, we still need a big guy who can do that and see how it really, really holds up. But so far with all these guys, love it. But yeah, a big guy, you would bend him and he would go to like there. And it's like, come on, can we get a little bit more? But you know, happy to have that. Rotate at the thigh all the way around like so. Double jointed knees, I assume pinned. Yes, the AJ Styles was pinless, so you never know, I guess. These days, times are changing. Can only go up to there because the knee pad is so thick and big and bulky. I wish they would redesign this knee pad. This knee pad's been around since I got into collecting, and it's been about 10 years since I got into collecting, or not collecting, but since I bought my first Elite. The Miz, the Chick Magnet Miz, was my first Elite ever. And they've been using these exact knee pads since then, and they really need to change them. I like the size, I like the length, because some wrestlers do have knee pads that are that long, but they're too thick. They need to work on something to make them a little bit better. Rotate here at the boot, can go all the way around, of course. Ankle can go down, like so, a little tight. Down to about right there, up to about right there. Toe hinge can go whop, 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 like so, all the way down, all the way up. And that is pretty much it for the Razer Ramon figure. I'm happy to have this guy. I can't say it blew me away like the AJ Styles did, but it is a pretty spectacular figure. Once you've had the AJ Styles, it's kind of like, well, every other figure is either as good as or worse, because that's really the pinnacle. But no, I'm happy with this figure. I do like it a lot. I think if I opened this one first before the AJ, probably would have been blown away by this guy more. But you know, it's the things like the knees that kind of on me. It's stuff like that, minor things. But overall, I'd say this is a great Razer, especially if you can find them in the purple. I don't love the look of the red and yellow, the mustardy colors, but I guess if you grew up with wrestling around that era and you want to have like a complete collection of just those guys, you got to have that attire too. I'll go with purple. If you don't mind that one, go for that one. It's really a toss-up. Just go for the one you can find, but I'd say get the figure because it is a really, really nice figure. So let me know if you guys have him. Let me know what you think of him down in the comments below. Let me know what you think of anything, I guess. Just tell me how was your day, I guess. Just interact with the video. You know, leave a like, leave a comment, leave a subscribe. All the things YouTubers ask you to do, just do it for me as well. And I will be back with another video, hopefully very, very soon. Bye.